Hello world, I'm LJ and this is LJ Goes Sweden. Last week I was talking about Tesla's latest software update version 2025.38.3 and now I also finally got that update on my car and let's talk about all these features. I just have updated the car while I was ice bathing. Luckily it was not too cold so I didn't need any controls, AC or whatsoever. We're actually now on 38.3.1 which brought a Tron mode. So greetings program, transform your vehicle into the light cycle, go to app launcher, toybox, Tron. Like I already said in last week's video, the Tron mode is a bit controversial because it takes away some work hours of the people working on Tesla software from what they should be working on, like actually functions and features that make the car really safer and a better car. This is more like a fun thing, but in last week's video I said it's something like the farting feature, the Santa Claus mode. So let's go to the toy box. It also shows here, there's the blue dot, so toy box, and there it is the first thing. Tron RS, greetings program, transform your vehicle. It even has the Disney here. So that is interesting because I think in the normal cars, you don't have Disney Plus. I have added myself Disney Plus back on the Tesla Theater. Just a little tip on the side here. If you want to have the Disney Plus back in the Tesla Theater, you just have to go to the Disney Plus website, open it. There it will open the web player that Tesla has integrated. And once this is opening, it should appear in your Tesla Theater as well. So I have Disney Plus there just if you were wondering. But yeah, Tesla removed it. And now we have this Disney collaboration here. So let's ride. Okay. No, it's not dark now. I knew it's not gonna look as awesome as it probably looks in the dark, but I just want to go through what we can do here. It looks already pretty impressive. We have literally a lot of changes. So we have this 3D modeled bike, of course it is a different name. I really like the design that they have done here. So this is like a huge difference to the Santa mode. I probably guess we just have the same functions. I don't know which one was the front orientation. Okay, I don't want to press open trunk now because then I have to close it. But I will open the trunk. But I think in this animation there is nothing happening. So that is unfortunate. Nothing moves here. I guess also nothing will move in the front side. Will, however, the charging port move? That is probably the charging port, right? So let's see if that thing moves. Nah, also not. Okay, then close charge port. Okay, that is a bit unfortunate to be honest, because I was actually expecting that at least there is some more like movement, you know, like we have on a normal car, that we have movement. Now the other question I have is the brake light turning on when I go on the brakes? Let's brake here. Oh yeah, they go. Okay. So, okay, brake lights work. Okay, so this is animated. If I press the light, let's see if the light actually goes. Oh yeah, there's. What about windows? There's no window on here. Yeah, no, nothing. Okay. And then we have the song playing and we also have the red ambient lightings. But yeah, then what I hear is when you go to drive, the person actually steps on the bike. So let's try it out. I'm shift forward. So this is the view we have now. He is on the bike, but there's like no animation of him actually stepping on it. What happened? I'm also on the brake if you can see right there. But what happens if we go in reverse now? There's no animation for going in front or reverse. There's like no difference. Something else I wanted to check is also apparently the sound of the blinkers has changed. So based on what I can see here with this Tron mode, it seems like a really fun thing to play around. And I really think that this is like a fun thing to impress your friends in a certain way or like your family with this feature. But still I have this feeling that once you have seen it at night, once you have shown it to like your friends, Like for me, the biggest question is really going to be, are they gonna remove it after the movie is like out, or is this like forever now in the cars? I would really be sad if they actually remove it, because then it is really a loss of time for the people that worked on this feature. But if it stays, then keep it. Yeah, the framing that it is now for the Tron Ares movie is, yeah, but the timing is not the best. If it would have just been like a Tron like view in general without the movie being the reason for it, I think that would have been cool. But yeah, so Tron mode for me, I would not say it's a win, but also it's not a bad thing. So it's fine. At least it does something new, and it's something where I say like it's at least a bigger change to the visualization, even though of course the cars and everything around are still looking like normal cars. If you are in the need of a new Tesla vehicle, feel free to use my affiliate link right up there, because not only do you support me by using this affiliate links, also you're gonna get some incentives, may it be free supercharging kilometers, may it be a few $1,000s off or full self-driving months. Multiple options are available. Of course, Tesla is always individually deciding on which country you are living in. Feel free to use that one if you are in need. Then the second big thing that I was actually very excited about is 3D buildings. And well, let's just say it is not as impressive as I thought, at least in Sweden. So it also doesn't work in satellite view, so you only have the normal visualization, but when you now go off, you have this little box here. So you see there's nothing here, because there is literally no building besides those little, yeah, sauna buildings, but these are not on the Google 3D visualization. And up here there are a few houses, so when you scroll in, you can see that there are a few blobs now appearing. There is another building, and there are some buildings. So it is shown, but it's also not like, you know, at a certain height it disappears. It's kind of weird. I don't understand why is it like disappearing. I would love to have it like also now still visible. If I now go to like the city of Örnsköldsvik where I am living, which is down here somewhere, there's the supercharger. If we scroll in here, then of course you have the visualization. So here you have the train station, there's like a little walkway. This looks kind of weird here, of course. It's a bridge here. You walk basically from the chilling area over here to get to the trains. And then you have a lot of other buildings, but they're all like blob size. Okay, some are a bit different because they are like circular. Down here we have the ice hockey arena, the Hägglunds arena. And some other building I was actually interested was the church, but that was very unimpressive, to be honest. The church should be somewhere up here. Yeah, there it says church. So the church is not fully designed. So you know there's like no obvious like tower, and the rest it's just one height, which is kind of unfortunate. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but the thing is, what I don't understand is, why is this now needing premium connectivity? Because when I have premium connectivity, I would always prefer the satellite view, just because it gives me a better feeling of where I am. I don't really understand this decision making. If we go to now a really big city, there it is, Avicii Arena. I'm curious about these buildings here. How do they look? Okay, so we have there a little spherical thing, but how do you, there's no way to like change the position like this, you know, I can just zoom out and in. And Avicii Arena, that blob building, okay, yeah. Okay, well, after going through the 3D buildings a bit, I think I can say that this feature is a nice variation for people who don't like the satellite view. I think for them it is a win to have at least some like blobs there if they want to have it. But for me personally, I would have loved like the combination. So basically I would love to have Google Earth 3D renderings of real buildings, and then I go through. They have like some height also, you know, like that you have actually hills and stuff appearing. That would be awesome. What do you guys think about the 3D buildings? It's another visualization thing, just like Tron mode in a certain way. What else do we have? Okay, we have new scroll wheel function. So we have that blob here, and we have the blob at display. So let's click here. So scroll wheel function is actually set to a temperature for me. And then I think what is new is music light sync is new for sure. And the other one I think that is new is mute navigation, at least on the stuff I remember. And then on the Model Ys you also have the bioweapon defense mode. Okay, so these are the things that you have here. You can now choose whether a phone key is required before driver profile can be selected. I definitely want to do that. The profiles, how do I set the profile for me? You know, like driver profile settings there. Require phone key for profile. Yes, I want this. Only I want to have my profile, even though I'm the only person in this car. But it's nice to activate. Okay, so now we have this. What is left? Well, there are two things left. First thing is the charger visualization. I will definitely check that out in the next days, but based on the pictures, it looks nice. Of course, just like the feeling is probably going to be fully the same. You're just going to have like a charger next to your car when you like scroll around. I mean, it's fine. And the other thing that I really want to check out with you guys is in the service mode, the trunk or the frunk. I think it was the trunk that got an update there. So new trunk panel, that's the one we're going to check out. For the Cybertruck, you also have a similar one for the frunk. Camera panel update, mismatch. That one is going to be interesting. And it's also available for all Model 3s. So camera and trunk. And that brake thing that I was also talking about is only available for older Model 3s and Model Ys. Trunk now. Ooh, that's interesting. So you have actually like the trunk highlighted. You see the different lift gates here. Power, and what is this? That's the latch, okay. So it is closed. Could I now open it by just, no, okay. Hands-free enabled, yes, interesting. Hands-free status active, hands-free state looking for key. Phone key stationary near trunk, no. Okay, so basically what I expect is when you now walk by here, it will say like opening, and here it says yes. Request source, set opening height. Aha, okay, so mine is on, I have never changed my opening height, so it is 193 centimeters. I don't think I can change it in here though. I think you really have to set it manually on the button. And then calibration, everything is calibrated, so 0 degrees, position also current. But if I open it now, let's see if it's actually animated or if it's just a second image. Oh yeah, we see it. And now you can see position 80 degrees and the trunk latch, everything is like this. And if we now close it, you can actually see, here you can see the movements now. If you ever have issues with your trunk, you can double check these. And then the second one was the camera. Camera calibration maybe, clear camera calibration, then you can offset that one there. One thing I always wanted to show you guys, because I always think it is truly impressive, the whole wiring harness. Is it that one? Yeah, I think this one here. Look at this, guys. This is so crazy when you think about this. You have the whole car and every connector here. Crazy, guys. That's like insane that you have this available in here. You can choose also the different views. If you ever like that's how I'm sitting basically right now. You can see like, oh look, there's something going to the steering wheel, of course, obviously. Oh, I definitely don't, oh you can, what the, okay. I definitely don't want to mess around here, but you can actually see the ground. Oh my God, that's crazy that you have all the connectors and everything here. But yeah, so let's get out of this because I really don't want to mess around here. And I think with that said, guys, there you have it. That is the update 2025.38.3.1. I also saw that there's like a .2 subversion coming out, or it's like already on the rollout. But of course, it's only probably just be like minor changes, minor bug fixes. What do I think about this update now that I have seen it in my car, that I have everything played through? Overall, I would say I would call this update actually a visualization update, because most of the changes in here are visualizations. We have the 3D buildings, we have Tron mode, we have the chargers appearing. And in this, when you see it like this, visualizations, I like it. I really have to say I like it. Of course, you also have the security update with the phone key being available to actually select the profile. Yeah, but all in all, I am very happy with what this update is. Of course, I have said it multiple times, I want updates for the ambient lighting. I want this thing to actually help me during navigation. I want this to help me when there is like someone in the blind spot or something. Of course, we have the little LEDs in the speaker up here up front, but still you have a whole LED ambient lighting bar. Why don't use that? I want to have the option to unlatch every single door on the car, on the phone app, and multiple things. So if we compare it on what I feel the car still needs, it is a very disappointing update. But if I think about that this is just like one of many updates that is coming out, I think it is actually a pretty decent one. Could be way worse. And it has a lot of visualization changes. So the car is definitely improving even with this update. Even though, of course, the changes are very, very minor. But now, enough said, guys. What do you think about the update? Write that down in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button. And we're gonna see each other back in the next video. But until then, have a good one. Bye bye.